about. And this might seem like a weird take, but I learned something about the current state of the Los Angeles Rams. I learned that the Rams are a team that they're in a market that gets a lot of attention to their stars. Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey, Bobby Wagner. And rightfully so. And most teams, you know, they have their star players that they market and they put on billboards and things like that. But I'm going to be so bold to say none of the Rams star players are the biggest star on the Los Angeles Rams. And I think we all kind of knew this, and you feel free to disagree with me. But the biggest name on the Los Angeles Rams is Sean McVay. He's that young superstar head coach. You know, I think he's kind of shook the boy genius label, but he used to have that. But when the very small glimmer of, you know, rumors of his retirement came, the amount of overreaction and hype and speculation and rumors and theories and cold takes, hot takes, the amount of just media attention that headline got that Sean McVay was going to retire was ridiculous. And we saw a little bit of it last year after the Super Bowl, but this year it went to a new level. And, you know, if any of the Rams players like Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, or Matthew Stafford, Bobby Wagner, Jalen Ramsey, any of those star players were to retire, there'd be a media cycle to it, but it would not have been to the extent where Sean McVay just dominated the headline. And you know, I'll take the example of Kansas City. Andy Reid is a superstar head coach, but Patrick Mahomes is the biggest star on the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, if you look around, you know, John Harbaugh, he's a superstar head coach, but Lamar Jackson dominates the headlines for that team, right? Often, you know, it's a quarterback, maybe a wide receiver. You know, take Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers. He's a really good head coach. But I'm going to argue that, like, Joey Bosa or Deebo Samuel are the bigger star on that team. And Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if there's another team in the NFL where their head coach is actually the biggest star on their team, has the most star power. And that comes from, you know, Sean McVay, the media narrative of, you know, anyone who has a cup of coffee with Sean McVay is going to get a head coaching job at some point in the NFL, even though, like, you know, he has a pretty impressive coaching tree. He, you know, youngest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He won Coach of the Year. He's, you know, only had the 1 year with a losing record this year, and that was because of injuries mainly. And so I find it's going to be really interesting to see when the day does come when Sean McVay walks away, like, what happens with the Rams? Like, who wants to be the coach that follows up McVay, right? Because you're not going to find another coach that's a superstar head coach. Like, I guess you could say Bill Belichick on the Patriots or is maybe that. But the reality is Sean McVay is the biggest name on the Los Angeles Rams right now. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. It for sure takes a lot of media attention away from the players, which is probably a good thing. It maybe makes him a little more critical of himself, and maybe he's too hard on himself at times. But anyway, that's my opinion. I think it's really interesting to have a team where your head coach is your biggest star. And again, I think I kind of like, I'm not like surprised by this, but it was just like yesterday that I kind of was thinking about the whole media cycle with Sean McVay and everything. And you kind of realized, like, yeah, like Sean McVay is actually the biggest name on the Los Angeles Rams right now. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe you think I'm right, but let me know what you think.